Hello all, time for another Coffee with Kilroy, or what I many times call Beverage in a Book. But today is a special day, so I'm not having any special coffee, but I am having a special book. Almost out of my coffee here. The book is Pearl Harbor. Now, this book is a National Geographic Collector's Edition, so this probably came along with my parents' National Geographic subscription. I had a subscription for a long time, but as you apt to do, you run out of shelf space. My parents, I think they stopped theirs too. But on a recent trip up to see them, they gave me this with some other books, and I thought I'd save it and make a video for December 7th, Pearl Harbor, which also by timing, it falls on a Sunday. So this is also a Sanctuary Sunday, where I typically try to cover something other than war games. This isn't a war game. This is a remembrance of Pearl Harbor. So I'll do a quick page through of this, but I'll also put a link in the description down below of some of the other content I've done on Pearl Harbor. If you look at my cover image on my page, you'll see that is Ford Island. That is Pearl Harbor. That is a painting that I saw in Japan on one of my business trips many years ago. And it was dated December 8th, and it was from the perspective of the Japanese. Imagine that. So I put that up there not only as kind of a reminder of Pearl Harbor and my interest in it, and kind of sparking U.S. involvement in the war from a military standpoint, but also my whole kind of theme of my website is I look at things from a different perspective. I look at similar games that cover similar topics, but take it from a different perspective, or treat it from a different perspective, or use different mechanics and what have you. So that is something that kind of stuck with me, and when I kicked off the channel, it was kind of my motto or watchword was kind of looking at things from a different perspective. So Pearl Harbor kind of has a special place. So I've covered it. Let me get a sip here. I've covered it from many different angles. I've covered several war games about it. I've covered some books about it. I've even done some, interspersed cutscenes from movies and stuff in it. So again, I'll put a link to several of my different treatments of it over the years. But I thought I would kind of spend some time with this book today, mainly not because this is a great book, but because it's a kind of a touch point to remember Pearl Harbor. So this is from the editor. And then there is Ford Island. It's an interesting picture there. The plane that dropped the torpedo straight for us, the plane's canopy was open, and the pilot was hanging his head over the side to look at us. In total and absolute horror, I watched the plane raise up swiftly to avoid hitting our superstructure. I saw the red meatball on the wings. That's Robert Hudson, USS Ogallala. So this is, again, this is just a simple book from kind of a collector's edition from National Geographic, but I kind of like these books from time to time. They're not going to serve as an in-depth resource. However, they do give you context and give you a perspective. Again, back to that perspective again. So I thought I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I thought I'd look through the pages are kind of thick. It's kind of almost like a photograph paper of sorts. There is Ford Island. Here is the Japanese assault on Oahu. I'm going to get a little closer in on that. This is interesting. It shows the assault paths on here. And there's Ford Island. As I said, I saw that painting, and it's in a museum right next to, well, when I was there, it was in a museum right next to the Imperial Palace. Um, and I've just never, that December 8th stuck with me, and just seeing it from the Japanese perspective stuck with me. And I've not seen that painting again. And I would think you might see it in books on Pearl Harbor or something like that. But again, the victors write the history, right? Here's Pearl Harbor. A little bit close. Let's do a close up of that. And it shows Battleship Row and all the designations there. Now, I've been to Hawaii a couple of times. I've been to the Big Island. I've been to Oahu. I was on a business trip one time, so I was not able to go see the Arizona and all the memorials there. My parents have been there, and they were able to see it, and highly recommend it to me. And so I'm passing on that recommendation. I need to get out there myself again, but one time was just to the Big Island, and the other time was purely business, so I didn't have any time to get to it at all. So here's the Arizona Legacy of Oil. Interesting. And there's the memorial. You have to take a boat out to here, and there has an observation deck for it. As I said, my parents have been there. I have not had a chance to do that yet, but it's something I want to do. It's on my bucket list. And there you have it. Thought I'd spend just a quick little bit of time with you today. If you want to see some of my more interactive or, talking about war games that simulate this or cover this, take a look at my description down below. I also have a playlist for Pearl Harbor as well, so you'll be able to catch anything I've covered on that as well. Anyway, so just doing a little bit of remembering today, and thank you for stopping by and spending some time with me, and hope you're enjoying whatever you're drinking. I think I'm going to finish this cup. And take care. Thanks for watching.